the fact that we do see this blockage removed in the Suez Canal, I realize the impact, the trade flows of the Suez Canal tend to be more Asia-Europe centric. There's the possibility that we could see an impact more directly on the East Coast ports here in the U.S. as well. So maybe not a direct impact on the West Coast, but even indirectly, what do you expect those ripple effects to be?
You'll see some bunching of cargo vessels as they arrive the East Coast and European ports of call. You may even see some of the liner companies adjust their schedules to miss port calls and get their ships back on schedule. For the West Coast, we continue to see a strong outlook of import shipments through the middle of the summer. Okay.
And I know that you've been breaking the cargo records at the port of L.A. We're hearing about, and Courtney just touched on this, the congestion, the port congestion, and what that's meant for retailers to be able to get a hold of their inventory. What does the situation look like on the ground, and how quickly are you able to move those containers, move those goods through the port?
Yeah, vessel productivity, Morgan, is up 50%, 50, compared to the pre-surge or pre-pandemic days. Today at the Port of Los Angeles, we have 15 container vessels in port working, but there are 18 at anchor that are waiting to find the berthing rights. Also, what we've noticed is that the container dwell time is much higher than it was pre-pandemic. The time it takes for the importer to pick up their cargo at the port is now over 4 days, but it's off its high of 5 days sitting under dwell. Out on the street, dwell time is a little over 6 days, and it had reached 8 days back in the month of January. So we're asking our importers to pick up the cargo as quickly as they can, deban the products, and return those containers back to the port.
At this stage, is this something, do you think, that policy can help alleviate, or is this just a matter of time and waiting for these this flow to abate and fit more in tune with what capacity can handle?
Well, there are several things, Carl. Number one, we need our port workers vaccinated. There are more than 100,000 folks that come to work here at the port complex every day. We've made significant strides with our dock workers and longshore members, but we still have a lot of work ahead of us with respect to truck drivers, warehouse workers, and others. Second, as I mentioned, we got to pick up the cargo faster. We can then increase fluidity much more quickly. Our tarmacs are about 90% full. And in our industry, 80% is considered full capacity. And lastly, digitization. The use of the Port Optimizer, which is our nation's only port community system, is meant to share information across stakeholder groups so we can be better prepared with asset provisioning and staffing. We need more folks to participate there.
Yeah, we're also hearing about container shortages, rail car shortages. It sounds like there's quite a list that has contributed to this perfect storm. That said, what is it actually going to take? How long is your timeline, expected timeline, to see some of this gridlock actually be able to move and normalize?
We've already started to see a loosening, Morgan. At its peak, we had 31 ships at anchor for the San Pedro Bay. Last night, we had 22. We're also seeing truck turn times. The amount of time that it takes a trucker to move in and out of the port to drop off and pick up containers has decreased to 77 minutes from 88 back in December. So we're starting to see some of the trending in the right direction. We simply have to accelerate this, because before we know it, August will be upon us, and we'll start seeing back-to-school goods, other sales items, and then year-end holidays for the all-important season for retail.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.